Hello everybody, welcome once again. So we are in our fifth module of engineering mechanics. So we had a long gap of 1 week because you had the series test. And this is our ninth video. And today we are going to study about simple harmonic motion. So simple harmonic motion, we represent it by SHM. Simple harmonic motion. You have already studied in your school what is a simple harmonic motion, how it can be represented, etc. So just we will have a revision of that. See, in module 5, we are studying about, we have two things to study. One is rotation and the other one is vibration. So this part is over. We have already seen what is rotation, the kinetics and kinematics of rotation. That is your rotation about a fixed axis and rotation about a fixed moment. Rotation about a fixed axis is kinematics and rotation about a fixed moment is kinetics. Then we saw the equations of motion, how to apply the equations of motion for finding the kinematics of rotational motion. Then we used the work energy principle and impulse momentum principle to solve the solutions under kinetics, that is rotation under a constant moment. Now, and then we saw what is a plane body motion. So combination of both linear, translation and rotational motion. And after that we saw what is instantaneous center of rotation. Now we are going to see what is simple harmonic motion. Okay, so we are going to see what is simple harmonic motion. So simple harmonic motion is a type of oscillatory motion. You know the examples of oscillatory motion. That is a pendulum oscillation. That is the best example for oscillatory motion. So harmonic motion, simple harmonic motion, it is a type of oscillatory motion under a retarding force. Why we call it as a retarding force? The reason is, see, you take a string, you take a rubber band. It is at rest. You give a force, it starts to increase, the acceleration starts increasing, the vibration or harmonic motion starts increasing. Then it comes to rest, right? So you will have the maximum. See, when you are applying a force, you will have the maximum oscillation, and after that your oscillation will be reduced. So you call it as retarding force, in which acceleration is directly proportional to displacement from an equilibrium position. So acceleration is directly proportional to displacement. This equilibrium position is also known as mean position. So we have mean position and extreme position. Simple harmonic motion is typified by the motion of a mass on a spring when it is subjected to the linear elastic restoring force given by Hooke's law. Now, what is Hooke's law? Stress is proportional to strain within the elastic limit. Stress is always proportional to strain within the elastic limit. So, Hooke's constant of elasticity, Hooke's constant or constant of elasticity, you take it as capital E, is equal to stress by strain. That is Hooke's law. I believe you have studied it in your basic civil engineering also. Now, so when you take a spring mass system, because of the presence of a spring, you will have a restoring force in the system. So when you are applying a force on this mass, the motion represented due to this linear elastic restoring force is called simple harmonic motion, and this can be represented by sinusoidal waves, that is sine waves. Okay, now you can see a spring mass system. See, you can see a spring here. This is the spring and you have a mass. So when the spring is given a force or when it is given a tension, the displacement is taken as y. So when you are giving a tensile force or a force with the help of this mass, and then you release the mass, release the force, this will be vibrating. Okay, so this is the direction of vibration. So because of this vibration, see, we take this distance, that is the displacement on the spring mass system is taken as y. So this is the displacement. So this displacement y is given as, this displacement y is represented as y equal to a sine omega t. A is the maximum amplitude or maximum axis, maximum value of rotation, maximum radius of rotation, maximum amplitude, that is A. So A sine omega t. So this wave is a sine wave, so it can be represented by sine of amplitude A, and omega is the velocity and t is the time. So A sine, see, this omega is equal to root of k by m. We will see in the next portion how it occurs. Now, this time t is equal to 1 by frequency. So frequency is equal to omega by 2 pi. Now, so the displacement or amplitude, we have already seen it as y is equal to a sine omega t. So our displacement or amplitude in the mean position is, see, for this case, this displacement y, in this position, it is a sine omega t, and in the extreme position, it is a cos omega t. A sine omega t and a cos omega t. You can see it here. Wait. So A is the radius of oscillation or the maximum displacement or amplitude. Now, the velocity at any time is given as A, that is the maximum displacement or the radius of oscillation, multiplied by square root of omega square minus y square. Y is the displacement. And for maximum velocity, y will be equal to 0. Now acceleration is given as y square, omega square into y. Now you can see this is theta. This is theta. So we know the angular displacement theta is equal to omega into t. That is, omega is equal to, omega is velocity is equal to displacement by time. So our displacement will be equal to omega into time t. Now for periodic motion, that means when it has completed one cycle. So that is called a period. See, for this is the sine wave. This is called period. It starts from here. This is called, up to this is called, sorry, from this to this is called one time period. So for a time period, this t becomes Tp, that is time required for one complete oscillation, one complete harmonic motion, that is called a time period. So for that time period, theta is equal to 2 pi. That means for one complete cycle, theta, the displacement should be equal to, see, this theta should be equal to, for one complete cycle, theta should be equal to 360 degree. That is 2 pi. So for theta is equal to 2 pi. So for one complete oscillation, for one complete harmonic motion, your time period Tp will be equal to 2 pi by omega. Right? So this t, time period, is equal to, from this t is equal to theta by omega. T is equal to theta by omega. So theta is 2 pi. So for one complete revolution, Tp is equal to 2 pi by omega. Now, the frequency of rotation. We know frequency is the reciprocal of the time period. So frequency of rotation is equal to 1 by Tp. So it is omega by 2 pi hertz. Now, the relationship at the mean position and maximum position for the displacement, velocity and acceleration. At the mean position, the displacement is 0. The velocity will be maximum and acceleration will be equal to 0. And at the maximum position or at the extreme position, the displacement will be maximum, velocity will be 0 and acceleration will be maximum. Now, we are not going deep into the equations or deep into the portion because only some introduction and the concept is given for you in the syllabus. Now, just two simple problems. Problems are not actually required. They may not be asked, but suppose if asked, like for 3 marks, simple problems can be asked for some 3 marks. So if such questions are asked, you should be able to answer it. That's why we will go for two simple problems. What is the maximum velocity and maximum acceleration for a simple harmonic motion where a radius of rotation is equal to 150 mm and its frequency is 3 cycles per second? So velocity we know that is equal to a into square root of omega square minus y square. So the maximum velocity, at maximum velocity y is equal to 0. This y will be equal to 0. So velocity maximum is equal to omega into a. So we know the value for radius of rotation or the amplitude. A is 150 mm. So 150 into omega. Now omega is equal to, we know omega is equal to 2 pi by t. Velocity is equal to displacement by time. So velocity displacement is 2 pi for one complete rotation. So 2 pi by t, and this t is equal to 1 by f. So we get 2 pi f, that is frequency is the reciprocal of time. So we get 2 pi f. So we get 2 pi into frequency is given as 3 cycles per second. So 2 pi into 3 we get 6 pi. Now maximum velocity v equal to, substitute in this formula, we get 150 into the value for omega is 6 pi. So we get 900 pi mm per second. And maximum acceleration at the mean position will be 0. We saw it in the previous slide. Now, for a simple harmonic motion, second problem, for a simple harmonic motion, velocity at a particular time is 10 meter per second and the displacement is 2 meter. After a particular instant of time, the velocity gets changed to 4 meter per second and the displacement is 4 meter. Identify the frequency of oscillation. So, what are the given things? Two instances are given. At first instant, velocity is 10 meter per second and the displacement is 2 meter. For the second instant, velocity is 4 meter per second and displacement is 4 meter. Now we know the velocity at any time is equal to a into root of omega square minus y square. So we are substituting these two instances, instant 1 and instant 2, in the equation of velocity. We get, for the first instant, velocity is 10 meter per second. So 10 is equal to, we don't know what is the value for a. So a into square root of omega square minus 2 square, that is 4. This is y square. So 2 square we get 4. Now again for the second instant, velocity is 4 equal to a into square root of omega square minus 4 square. Displacement is 4. So 4 square we get 16. Now we are solving these two equations. Equations 1 and 2. So 2 divided by 1. A and A get cancelled. The only unknown will be omega. So omega is equal to 4.4. So substitute omega is equal to 4.4 in the time period, that is 2 pi by omega. Time period is equal to 2 pi by omega. So you get 0.45 pi. Now your frequency f will be equal to 1 by Tp. So it is 1 by 0.45 pi, you get 0.012 Hz. So that's all for today. Remaining we will see in the next class, that is tomorrow. Thank you.